Hi everybody, my name is Samantha Fan. I am currently the Director of Academic Affairs in the Office of Master's Education at the University of Chicago. I got my PhD in psychology, environmental psychology, back in 2015 from the University of Chicago. I was very interested in the development of social cognition among young kids. For my PhD work, I was specifically interested in the role of language. So speaking or learning more than one language, how does that impact? What are the kinds of social benefits of it? So think like, does speaking more than one language actually allows us to communicate better because we are just often in the practice of taking someone else's perspective, someone wondering what the other person is speaking in their other language. So all these questions were really interesting to me. In my current role as the director, I manage the Office of Master's Education. Part of my role is creating new master's or degree programs, educational offerings for the Biological Sciences Division at the University of Chicago. My favorite thing about my job is probably what I just said, which is creating programs from scratch. I'm more of a builder. I've come to realize over the years, and being able to really see something from ground zero and all the way build up to a full-fledged program that hopefully would really bring an optimal experience for students. That is my priority. Prior to my current role, I actually have taught and advised students in the master's program in the social sciences at U Chicago for close to 7 years. So this entire endeavor is very near and dear to my heart and training. And my only hope is I'm actually able to, aside from the fun of creating something from nothing, is to create something that is helpful. Biggest advice, sky's the limit, and I'm sure all of you are probably sick of hearing this word, but networking is really, really helpful. I found myself back in my PhD days to be always surrounded by people who knew the traditional career trajectory really well. So for basically, be a tenure track faculty, do research, write grants, advise a lab, manage a lab, which is an excellent career trajectory if that is where your passion is. But I do think that now in this reality, we have come to find that there are actually a lot more non-academic jobs. I think for myself, I would classify my own trajectory as sort of falling in between. I feel like currently my job allows me to be sort of exercising a really entrepreneurship spirit, which is something that I wouldn't have been able to do just through teaching, I think. My biggest advice is to talk to people who are currently in the roles that you admire. Bring them up for coffee. Everybody likes that. And talk to them about their trajectories and what they did. And you never know. I think a lot of times, sometimes when you put yourself out there, telling people what your goals and what your passions are, you will find people who listen and will be able to help you navigate and find the right path for yourself. In a nutshell, don't box yourself in. It's way too early to do that. But I wish you all the best in your PhD studies. And hopefully at some point I get to cross paths with some of you.